Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday evening. Sorry about that little rip there. It's a very old jersey I'm wearing now. Normally I don't wear old jerseys when I'm doing videos. But nevertheless, I hope you all are having a wonderful Friday evening. We are about almost 1 week away till Christmas. And around this time of the year the sun sets very earlier than usual, just like in the US, for example, where the sun sets before 4:30. Same here in Trinidad, it sets at almost 5:30. And it's around this time of the year where it gets chillier. But I was reading online this morning, or should I say earlier this afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago Met Office made a prediction in how the dry season, which starts the 1st of January, which is in the new year, is going to be more average than usual. So what they're saying by this, it is going to be more warmer than regular. Now, normally at the start of the dry season, it's a bit chilly, but when it gets to the middle of the season, it gets very, very hot. And around later in the year, it continues to get hotter. Even though we have two seasons here in Trinidad, the hot season, or should I say the dry season and the wet season. The wet season is almost at an end. We already know that the hurricane season is over now. Right now in the States is winter, or should I say next week marks the start of the winter season in the United States. Fall ends on Tuesday, or should I say Wednesday, which I'm flying out, I must add. But coming back to what I was talking about, in fact, let me get a little cricket roundup. We could discuss what is going on with Guyana and Venezuela in a subsequent video. But since I'm the cricket star boy, I have to keep you all updated with what's going on with the cricket. So, yesterday, West Indies have taken a 2-0 series lead in the 5-match T20 series against England, defeating them by just 9 or 10 runs, somewhere there. I think it was 10 runs in the second game, which was played at the National Stadium in Grenada. West Indies at one point, let me say I did see chunks of the match, and at one point I thought that the West Indies was gonna fall apart, like what they are normally known for. They were, I think, 4 for 35 at one stage yesterday, or should I say 4 for 34, correction, and made a brilliant recovery as they went on to score 176. Brandon King, he batted way through the innings, top scoring with 82, and Rothman Powell saved West Indies again from disaster. He made exactly 50 of 28, but the rest of the batting order compared to the first game faltered. There were a bit of cameos at the back end from Russell, but nevertheless, 176 was, I thought at one point, going to be very below par. However, when England did come out to bat, they made some changes to the batting order. They sent Tom Curran's brother, at number 4. He scored half century. But overall, what caused England to lose the match was, 1, bad bowling, 2, the two spinners in Akil Hussain and Gudakesh Moti slowing the things down in the middle overs, and also they didn't accelerate in the last few overs. And what made West Indies won the game from 34 for 4 was that partnership between Powell and King that saved the men in maroon from total disaster. And what I found of Brandon King's innings, he carried his bat all the way through from the first ball to the last ball. And I have to also give credit to Powell. But the big disappointment for me for West Indies yet again was former white ball skipper Nicholas Brand, and of course big belly Shamron Heckmeyer. Why I'm saying that, it's T20 cricket. In T20s you gotta play every single ball to your merit. T20s is not about dot balls. But what I saw from Heckmeyer and Puran yesterday was the same old dotishness that cricket fans are fed up of seeing. You're playing big shot against spinner and getting out so early in the innings. Heckmeyer in the last few games has been a waste of time. Sorry to say it, but he has been literally out of sorts with the bat whole of the series, except for that one game where he made 30 something odd. But the rest, he was absolute failure. And Puran, this was only his second game coming back, and the same old story. But coming back to the West Indian spinners, I thought Hussain and Moti bowled exceptionally well. And for me, Gorakesh Moti should have been in the 11 for the first T20 game. I don't know what made them decided to leave him out, but he was a brilliant replacement for Romario Shepherd, who unfortunately had a niggle and missed the first game. And 1 for 9 from 4 overs, any captain would take it any day. Akil Hussain as well was as normal, very brilliant with the new ball, and in the middle overs too. In fact, he bowled 3 up front and was saved for later on in the middle overs. And when it came down to the middle overs in the back end, Moti and Hussain pulled things down. And the one bit of disappointment for me was Azari Joseph. He's normally a very economical bowler, but just like him and Andre Russell, they were expensive. And for me, they gotta give Azari Joseph a rest because next month West Indies has a all format series against Australia, and you don't want to burn the guy out. So, in my view, for next game onwards, if Shepherd is fit, he's gotta come back, and you gotta give Matthew Ford an opportunity because Jason Holder, as normal, has been mediocrity except for in the last game in that penultimate over where he conceded 3 runs, and that's where we won the game at that point. Overall, West Indies, they gotta rotate its players. You can't play the same players over and over, and that's the truth. Moving away from West Indies, England to Australia and Pakistan, because Pakistan, they face a very uphill battle. But the positives for Pakistan team is the 2 debutants, Karam Shehzad and Amir Jamal. Now, I saw the highlights of the Pakistan-Australia second day of the first NRMA Test, and Amir Jamal was absolutely sensational. It was his debut test. He took 6 wickets for 116, and that was something he'll remember for a very long time. He was very exceptional with the ball. So as Karam Shehzad. But the disappointment for Pakistani bowling perspective was Shaheen Shah Afridi and Fahim Ashraf. Now, you're telling me Pakistan went with an all-pace attack for the first test, leaving Salman Ali Agar as the main specialist spinner, who is really a part-time spinner and not a regular spinner. Why didn't Pakistan go with either Noman Ali or Shajid Khan, who was brought in for Abrar Ahmed? Really, that was clueless selection first to begin with. And overall, I'm glad that Pakistan decided not to play Hassan Ali, because Hassan Ali hasn't played a test on Aussie soil, and we all knew how expensive he was in the recent World Cup, and they should have let him either play in the Quaid-e-Azam Trophy or some sort of domestic cricket in Pakistan just to get his form back. And the same thing for Fahim Ashraf. He was total rubbish, but I'm glad that Pakistan have found a proper test all-rounder in Amir Jamal. He was absolutely phenomenal with the ball, and they got to use him in the long run in all 3 formats, not only for T20s and Test Match cricket, but they got to try him in one-day cricket, because Pakistan is missing a bowling all-rounder who not only can bowl long spells but also bat for long periods of time. And as why I was saying that Pakistan have an uphill battle, because Australia, they scored 476, and at one point they were it looked like they was going to score more than 500, 600, somewhere there. David Warner's 166 in his first innings of his farewell test series. He was absolutely phenomenal, no doubt about it. There was a lot of criticism over Warner being in the test side. It all started with Mitchell Johnson on his podcast, which I will not get into. But he made sure that the critics paid their damn minds. And Mitchell Marsh, the other Western Australian, he fell 10 runs short for 90. Everyone contributed. But at the close, Pakistan did lost 2 wickets, for I think 133, and they have a long way to go to overhaul Australia's 476. So I have a feeling that Pakistan, if they do bat out the entire day, the last 2 days will be very, very interesting. And we all know how Pakistan's record in Australia has been disastrous over the years. And they've never won a test series in Australia. The last time Pakistan won a test was back in 1995 in Sydney against the Steve Waugh-led side. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see what happens to Pakistan for the rest of the test match. As for me, I'm gonna wrap up this video here. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you like my channel and like the content that I'm creating, please subscribe, share the video, and also share it with your friends on social media, whether it's the WhatsApp, whatever it is. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, aka X. I will not call it X anymore after this video. I'm on Instagram as well, and for some of my friends who don't know this, I'm also on TikTok, so follow me there. So until we meet again, folks, catch you later.